Welcome back.
Hello again.
So everybody, this is part two. I'll upload part one later on to IGTV, so you can all watch it later. Feel free to pop in any questions you have. We have 15 more minutes with Rachel. Rachel is a dancer at ABT, for you guys that don't know, and she's now one of our own Grishko Nikolai ambassadors. How cool is that? So welcome everyone. So let me have a look at my little list that I made as well.
Briefly, Lan, did you already say how you got like joined the Grishko team? I know you talked about how you sort of came into fitting, but how did they reach out to you, or you reached out to them, or?
I like run my own business, so I started off that way. Initially, it was a little bit tricky because obviously it's just me running my business. I didn't have any help from anybody. So I kicked it off, and I honestly didn't realize how my business would grow. And within the first year, it became obvious that, you know, I needed, and I loved it, but also it was taking over my life, which is great because I love it anyways.
Yes.
But it wasn't until a few years ago now that I think the Grishko saw the kind of stuff that I was doing for the brand and how much popularity I'd gained through my education, through of the products through YouTube, my blog, Facebook, Instagram, and how much I adored the brand and the passion I had. So one of the first events I did for them was with a dance convention in London called Move It, which is a really big dance convention. And Georgia, who's watching, she was there too, because we had some of the ambassadors there. Did that, and then this year I went to LA to the Atlantic Dance Retail Show with them for Nikolai, because it was our first of like proper event with the Nikolai brand to show the market that we are now working as Nikolai to get all the products to the retailers that are authentic. And yeah, it just kind of took off from there really. So yeah, I still obviously run my business straight to the point. And I believe in Grishko and Nikolai products so much that it's the only brand I carry and will be the only brand I ever carry. That's how dedicated and passionate I am. And my goal, I really have that goal to help as many people as I can understand about the brand and the products, but also get them in the right Grishko and Nikolai shoes for them, because there's a big, I still get dancers come to me that aren't necessarily in the right model, you know. So I really wanted to be able to help with that. But yeah, it's enough of me waffling on. God, I could speak about it for hours.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing.
Georgia said she loved her fitting with me at Move It. It was great, and I'm really excited to fit you again, especially with the fact that, you know, with all my stuff, because back at Move It we didn't have everything there. So I have a few, well, I made a massive list of questions, believe it or not, but I'm just going to pick out some vitals. Let's see. Oh, I've got a good one here. Do you have any advice for any of the dancers watching that maybe want to go into having a professional career as a dancer? Any kind of top pieces of advice that you would maybe give them?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, definitely just continually cultivating your love of dance. So whatever form you're like, whatever style of dance you like best, definitely trying a wide range and just sort of, yeah, cultivating a love for music, for moving, just so that whatever challenges you face once you are a professional, you really have that solid base of I do love what I'm doing and I'm happy to be doing it, you know, with all of my time, and I'm happy to be giving myself to it, as opposed to instead of maybe like we were talking about with dreams and goals, sort of outlining what you think your life should, or what will make you happy. Just because then it's a lot harder to just give yourself freely to your profession or to dancing if you are expecting certain things out of it. Or if you're like too limited, even just in thinking, oh, I only like this style, or, oh, you know, this type of dancing wouldn't be fun for me, or things like that. You're just like limiting the opportunities that you might actually grow a lot from or enjoy. So I think definitely just keeping a really open mind and dancing as much as possible and making sure that you're cultivating your love for it more than anything else.
That's great advice. Because also what I find nowadays is some of the younger dancers that really dedicate, which is wonderful, but sometimes they push themselves a little too hard and they don't take any rest time. And
Right.
especially when they're really young, it means they get more likely to get injured.
Yeah. Or
And
burnout.
also, you know, and rushing point work, that's another thing that bugs me. Point work shouldn't be rushed. It should be taken
Right.
at a slow pace to
Yeah.
suit that dancer, not, oh, you've got point shoes now, let's dance with them.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah,
It's mad.
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, oh, lovely comments.
Patience.
Thanks, Sophie. That's really sweet of you. You're amazing. Georgia, that'd be great. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of virtual things lately. It's been interesting for me because it's not something I would usually do. But I've learned a lot from it, and it's been great that I know that I can still help people from afar. But
Yeah, it was
in,
so useful
you
for
know,
me.
I mean,
Definitely.
what did you learn anything from our one?
Yeah, absolutely. Because even just when you were talking about the, oh gosh, I don't know the proper terms, but
That's all
like
right.
the wit, like when you were
Oh,
talking
at the
about how
wings.
much
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
adjust this, yeah, that was like just things that I don't often think about. So it's
Sure.
good to hear your advice.
It's also interesting when you tell people like the things that can be customized about a shoe, because often
Yeah,
people don't realize the amazing possibilities, which is really
yeah.
cool. If anyone's got any questions, pop them up now because we've got 5 more minutes, and then we'll probably, you know, we'll probably do future streams anyways.
Yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
any desperate questions you've got, pop them in. Um, so when you're at ABT, like, what is like a typical day for you usually? Like, what kind of routines do you have?
We have class at 10:15 and it goes to 11:45 and then we have rehearsals from noon to 7 and we have an hour lunch break in there. And so that's during our rehearsal periods and then during performance weeks we do a similar class in the morning but and we'll still do rehearsals during the day until about 5:15 or so and then we'll have performances at night. And often we'll be rehearsing like who knows what ballets during the day and then in the night we'll perform a totally different ballet that we might not even have rehearsed that day, depending on how much we've already performed it or how well we know it. So yeah, it's a lot of dancing. But then we also have layoff weeks, and that those offer great opportunities to either do outside projects or pursue other interests, just to like really keep yourself sort of well-rounded and making sure that you're exploring all of your avenues of
That's
interest
really
and
good.
yeah.
That is really great because it's nice to, I mean, I can imagine that being a pro can be a bit overwhelming sometimes. And you know, like, just because someone's a professional dancer doesn't mean that they don't have other interests in life.
Yeah, yeah. And
Right?
I think like when I talk to my fellow members of ABT and of other companies, everyone totally loves dancing and is so happy to be spending, you know, like their entire days, all of their days dancing. But then when we do, because all most companies have layoff weeks, so then when you do go to into layoff weeks and whether you're exploring other interests or doing other things, I think it sounds like everyone finds that that feeds back into their ability to love and give to themselves as dancers, whether it's just through a better understanding of themselves as an artist or like specific talents that just yeah that pursuing all of your interests will make you a better person in every way so that will make you a better dancer also whether it's through like more discipline or more yeah it's cool.
So Samantha's asked, how many pairs of point shoes do you have to sew in a week?
That is a great question. I usually have 7 or 8 pairs that I'm rotating through at any given point. There's kind of a funny video on the ABT official Instagram, and it's me by my locker, and my locker is just overflowing with point shoes that are like falling out. So because of that, I usually don't have to sew for a while, but
Uh-huh.
then maybe I'll sew, you know, 3 or 4 pairs. Um, in a week, and then I'll go a couple weeks where I don't have to sew any pairs.
Yeah, it's
So
nice
yeah,
because you get longer life by rotating,
yes,
obviously. And
absolutely.
as
Yeah,
I've noticed when I've fitted other professionals, some go that are wearing other brands can go for them a bit quicker because of the box paste or the shank construction or the way that their shoe is breaking down. And for you guys watching the wonder about how it works with professionals as well, is they will wear different shoes for different things, as in like different strengths of pace in the box and platform, different shank strengths for different roles. And also you've got to imagine how many hours they're in their shoes. So this is why it's vital for full-time training and professionals to rotate shoes, because if they are wearing like one pair for that whole day and not switching, obviously you sweat and the shoe is going to get soggy and not get time to dry out. So this is why we rotate shoes, to get that extra lifespan.
Yeah, definitely.
It really helps a lot. So another Club Click Romy has asked, what has been the most difficult moment in your career?
The transition, I think, from sort of a student dancer from studio company into ABT was definitely one of my most challenging moments. And interestingly, for, so many dancers, and in retrospect, it should just be an awesome moment of, wow, how exciting, I got into a company, this is amazing. But just as I said, I was like really focused on just like, am I doing my best? Am I doing what's right? So I think I was sort of just so concerned in like this switch of pace also, in terms of like, oh no, I'm no longer going to be, getting a lot of personal attention. I'm no longer going to be dancing the same like big roles that I was like. Yeah, and I wish I could have just sort of enjoyed it and taken it for what it was, and recognized that though the experiences would sort of change, they would be just as wonderful. They're just like new and different. It was sort of, I think I would imagine it's sort of like graduating from, middle school and going to high school, or graduating from high school and going to college. It is like a new, maybe you have to go to a new school or whatever. It's like a new experience, but you don't have to like cling to what you used to have. You can just let go of it and be excited for whatever's coming.
Of course, absolutely. So we've got literally 1 minute left, guys. So thank you for joining, and don't panic if you missed the first part, because I'm going to go and download it, and I'll upload it to IGTV and YouTube actually, because it'd be cool to have it on there. And stay tuned, give Rachel a follow, because she's now one of our ambassadors, as we found out tonight. Yay. So that's super exciting. She also posts some really nice pictures on her Instagram, so be sure to go and check them out. And of course, as always, if you have any questions about Grishko Nikolai products, you can email the direct Instagrams or the website, or you can message me. Happy to help. Just to give myself a little bit of promo, I'm also doing virtual fittings if anyone needs me.
Yes, she's amazing. Definitely.
So feel free to book in, and I will help you as much as I possibly can. Thank you, everyone who has given us some great questions tonight. Shout out to Georgia, who is one of our ambassadors. She's from Scotland, and she is often checking in on our streams. She gives really good questions, so thank you for that. I appreciate you taking time out to join us. Thank you to everybody for your lovely comments. You're so sweet. It blows my mind. Like, the emails I get from people are just so adorable. Yeah, so it's been amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been great to chat. And
yeah, thank you so much.
Is there anything you would like to add before we go off this one?
No, just a major shout out and thank you to Grishko and to you for doing this and for supporting me, keeping me on point.
Our pleasure.
Yeah.
So guys, just another little reminder that we have two accounts, of course, Grishko World and Nikolai World. Nikolai World is our American account, so our name in America now is Nikolai, which is Mr. Grishko's first name. It just ensures that we are getting you guys in America with all the authentic handmade in Russia point shoes and accessories and the dancewear. So you're getting the real products. You can follow both accounts, of course, no matter what country you're in. We do different streams. We also have NG Generation, which is for our younger ambassadors. So please go and give that a follow also. And stay tuned, because next week I'm going to be doing some other streams, like more Meet the Nikolai Retailer. I'm going to be filming some videos about the lasts and the point shoe models, which I know you guys have been waiting for. So please stay tuned for that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll speak to you all soon. Bye.
Yeah. Bye, Leanne.
Bye. Bye, Rachel.
Thank you.
Bye.